You might have been trying to listen to some of your favorite music on Spotify today, only to find out that Spotify was suspiciously down. Well, apparently it's not a server error. This is apparently a state-sponsored attack by Iran as a revenge for the killing of their supreme leader. They have gotten their get back and slid on Spotify. It's a crazy story. I'm going to break it all down to you, but today was supposed to be a very special day in Spotify's history. They were actually celebrating their 20th birthday. They were having a party of the years on Spotify to rediscover all your classic jams, okay? And it was meant to be a day of celebration for Spotify, but little did they know they would soon be the target of a deadly global conflict. Now, as of today, there's been a bunch of people unable to get onto their Spotify accounts and play music. It says, is Spotify down? I tried to log in my PC with good internet connection, but Spotify doesn't load the website very fast, as well as can't connect with the scanner. When I'm in the app on my phone, it says I'm offline. Does anyone know what happened? People are saying they got the same issue. Apparently it's down. Celebrating an anniversary and going offline. I have the same problem. Spotify is down. There's been posts about it on their support pages saying they're looking into the issue. So it turns out Spotify is under attack. Spotify is under attack, and it's apparently retaliation for what happened in Iran. Okay, so this is reporting. It says the Islamic terrorist organization 313 team is claiming responsibility for downtime reported by Spotify. Earlier today, the Iran and Palestinian aligned Islamists claimed responsibility for a short-lived DDoS attack on WorldPress.com servers. In a statement published in both Arabic and English, the terrorist organization stated connection to Spotify servers have stopped due to a massive attack carried out by the Islamic cyber resistance in Iraq. 313 team, as promised, the hand of revenge will reach the killers of Imam Khomeini. Now, I don't know if they was thinking Trump was ready to get his workout playlist on this morning, and this will be the ultimate get back, okay? But I don't think this is really the hand of revenge is taking down our favorite jams off Spotify. But there you go, there it is. And they would only do the attack for 1 hour, okay? So there's some more details on this sort of hacker terror group. And if this is anything to go by, I think the West should be scared, okay? Because these organizations, they're terror groups, but they're not blowing themselves up. They're blowing up your favorite websites. So it says pro-Iran hackers claim attack on Spotify as revenge for the Ayatollah's killing. So it says a pro-Iran hacking group that has claimed a spate of DDoS attacks against American companies since the hostilities begun. So it's not just Spotify. With the Islamic Republic, said that it attacked Spotify today with the intent that the hand of revenge will reach the killers of Imam Khomeini. Down Detector reflected thousands of reports of trouble at the audio streaming service, climbing sharply at around 1 p.m. EST as users sounded off about the downtime on X. Spotify's support account referred people to a post on the company's community page. We've received some reports mentioning the app and support site and the web player are slow or not working properly. This is being investigated. So the Islamic cyber resistance in Iraq 313 team claimed responsibility for another rapid-fire attack on eBay. They announced at 1:31 p.m. on their Telegram channel that they had carried out this cyber attack, targeting Spotify's main servers, causing a major disruption to the website and completely disabling their application. And they posted screenshots from the Down Detector reports, and they said they increased the intensity of the attack on Spotify servers, and the login interface is now completely disabled. It says, we are maintaining a complete shutdown of Spotify's core internal servers and keeping the login interface disabled too. We'll continue the attack for another 2 hours. They posted at 3:06 p.m. Major corporations will not escape punishment. The hand of retaliation will reach you. Okay, that is crazy. So apparently the company that had been dealing with this apparently stepped up their security measures. Don't tell me Spotify's running on WordPress. Apparently this all just came shortly after the hackers said WordPress had stopped their attack after they had tried to hack them. So basically, the Telegram post claimed that they had launched a massive cyber attack against WordPress, specifically the login interface. And there were quite a lot of reports, but they managed to activate layers of protection, including browser verification, to filter out their overload. They said that we may resume the attack soon or move to another target. And that new target, they said, over an hour later was Spotify. So they're sat around just looking for companies that have a lot of Americans on their services to just F their stuff up. Okay. So they basically said that they tried to attack Goodreads, but the book lovers site blocked the attack by setting up a load balancer. So they resumed targeting Goodreads' entire infrastructure with a 3.5 terabyte attack, coinciding with a peak of Down Detector reports. So they've been relentlessly targeting American companies with DDoS attacks, claiming mid-month that they disrupted Blue Sky with what the social media site called a sophisticated attack. They also claimed to be behind a mid-March Microsoft outage and took credit for hitting the X platform at the end of that month, and also claimed attacks on Amazon Prime Video, Dropbox, Yahoo, AOL, and more sites. Their claimed eBay attack begun on April 26 included an aggressive demand that the company respond directly to them, as eBay acknowledged intermittent technical issues in a message to sellers. So there's a simple, so the 313 team posted directly addressing eBay saying there's a simple way out. We've emailed you with our session contact ID. If you fail to reach out, we will continue our assault. You are losing money by the minute. Stop being fools. So it sounds like they were trying to do a little shakedown, but this is just, you know, some of the many attacks that these Iranian hackers have apparently conducted since the death of Khomeini. And this includes actually hacking Trump's Truth Social account too.
But it is undisputed that they hacked Truth Social when Trump struck Iran, when he attacked Iran's nuclear facilities back last June. Iran utilizes very sophisticated hacker groups. The 313 team is one such group. Handala is another such group, and other Iranian-backed hacker groups have been out there going after the Trump regime and going after people who are affiliated with the Trump regime and who are affiliated with Epstein. One of the people who were hacked that had a treasure trove of Epstein emails that the Iranian-backed hacker group Handala gave to DDoS, which stands for Distributed Denial of Secrets, a website which is widely considered to be the successor of WikiLeaks.
So they're apparently hacking people that came up in the Epstein files. I'm not going to lie. That one sounds interesting. That one, I might not be too upset about that one. But these guys are a menace, okay? Last month, these Iranian groups, they also targeted Stryker, a major US-based medical technology company, causing chaos.
All right, now to a Michigan-based medical giant hacked amid the war in Iran.
Stryker has fallen victim to a cyber attack, causing a devastating global outage to their operations.
A sign on the door of the Portage headquarters telling employees that they're closed, urging them to stay off their phones. This morning, employees logged onto their devices to find the flag of an Iranian-affiliated hacker group who has claimed responsibility for the attack.
Cybersecurity experts are calling this a new reality directly tied to the escalating conflict in the Middle East. 7 News Detroit reporter Ruta Alsanaida has more on how Stryker is responding and spoke with an expert about the risks for cyber attacks.
Stryker is one of the world's largest manufacturers of medical technology and one of the largest companies in the state of Michigan. And when employees attempted to access their devices on Wednesday, they were met with memorabilia and flags tied to an Iranian-affiliated hacking group.
You know, right now, the Iranian missiles and drones obviously can't reach us. So how do you inflict pain? This is the best way to do it.
Cybersecurity expert and managing partner of N1 Discovery in Troy, Scott Bailey, says the cyber attack Stryker experienced Wednesday was not one where hackers demanded money for the safe return of data, but instead a cyber attack that looked to cause the most destruction.
This was what's called a wiper attack. So once the threat actors got into their system, their total goal was just destruction. So all they did was wipe the data off of all of these systems.
Data wiped and branding reportedly left behind from the hacker group Handala.
They're a Palestinian hacktivism group that is obviously now aligned with Iran.
Stryker employs over 50,000 people worldwide and about 1,000 at their world headquarters in Portage, Michigan, near Kalamazoo. There, employees were met with this sign on doors Wednesday, telling them the building was closed for the day and to please stay off the network and refrain from using your computer and connecting to Wi-Fi. In a statement, Stryker told us in part, quote,
So, look, these guys are relentless, all right? They're hacking a whole bunch of people. They've hacked Stryker. They've also targeted, I think, the financial firm Chime, and they've caused a whole bunch of problems for them too. It says hacktivist group stole Chime customer information, lawsuits alleged. 3 separate lawsuits allege that a hacker group known as Team 313 stole personal info from Chime customers when it attacked the fintech systems on April the 1st, causing havoc. It says Chime is facing 3 proposed class action lawsuits over an alleged data incident orchestrated by an Iran-linked hacktivist group. The fintech acknowledged a service disruption on April the 1st, noting it was working to resolve an issue and assuring customers that the money in your account and your personal info are secure. 4 customers across 3 lawsuits allege, however, that the hacker group Team 313 breached Chime systems and stole personally identifiable information, including but not limited to social security numbers, postal and email addresses, phone numbers, and account credentials. As a result of the events detailed herein, plaintiff and class members suffered harm and loss of privacy and will continue to suffer future harm, according to one lawsuit filed by April 17th by Los Angeles-based Chime customer Michael Walsh. Victims of the data breach are subject to an imminent and ongoing risk of harm, including identity theft and fraud, according to the lawsuit. A Chime spokesperson said that the company believes the claims were without merit. We identified and quickly resolved a brief disruption affecting only our marketing website, chime.com, with no impact to member information. Around the same time, a separate unrelated internal issue temporarily affected our app, but in both cases, no funds or member data was compromised. Protecting our members' info is our top priority, and we maintain a robust industry-leading security program to safeguard their data, the spokesperson said. Team 313, also known as 313 Team and the Islamic Cyber Resistance in Iraq, allegedly took responsibility online for crashing Chime servers and disabling the application and website. The breach was a direct result of the defendant's failure to implement adequate and reasonable cybersecurity procedures and protocols necessary to protect consumers, PII, from a foreseeable and preventable cyber attack, alleged Melissa Porter, a plaintiff in a lawsuit against Chime filed on April 7th. Chime could have prevented consequences of the data breach, including by requiring multi-factor authentication and to verify access credentials and encrypting data, Porter's complaint contends. Plaintiffs Cindy Castaneda of Madera, California, and Lauren Goodlow of Chicago, in a lawsuit jointly filed on April 3rd, alleged injuries including anxiety and poor sleep for Castaneda and a late rent payment for Goodlow due to their inability to see their account balances and information during the course of Chime's April 1st outage. None of the lawsuits include specific issues with plaintiffs' PII. Rather, they focused on Team 313's claims of the cyber attack and what's typically at stake during such attacks. So everybody is living in fear of these guys, but the eBay hack might be the most devastating and damning of them all, because reportedly this made eBay lose $200 million a day, and I wonder how much Spotify lost today. So DDoS cyber attack made eBay lose $200 million per day. A large-scale cyber attack recently disrupted the operations of eBay, reportedly costing the company an estimated $200 million per day in lost transactions. The incident highlights the growing threat posed by distributed denial-of-service attacks, a common yet highly disruptive form of cybercrime. A DDoS attack is designed to overwhelm a website or online service by flooding it with massive amounts of fake traffic. Instead of legitimate users accessing the platform, servers become overloaded with malicious requests, causing slowdowns or complete outages. As a result, genuine customers are unable to use the service, leading to significant financial and reputational damage for businesses that rely heavily on uninterrupted online operations. In this particular case, eBay experienced a prolonged outage that lasted between 42 and 48 hours, depending on the source. During this time, users around the world reported difficulties accessing the platform, which many people were left unable to browse listings, make purchases, or complete transactions. Given the scale of the company's daily operations, even a short disruption can translate into massive losses, and a multi-day outage compounds the impact dramatically. According to statements attributed to the company, services were gradually restored by Monday, although some users continue to experience intermittent issues even after the initial recovery. Cybersecurity analysts pointed to a coordinated DDoS attack as the likely cause of the disruption, noting patterns consistent with large-scale traffic flooding tactics. Further adding to the situation, a pro-activist group known as 313 Team claimed responsibility for the attack and was first detected and disclosed by security firm Vesert. The group allegedly stated the assault on eBay was part of a broader campaign and warned of similar attacks targeting other globally recognized businesses. They've also indicated the use of rapid-fire attack strategies, which involve sustained and repeated bursts of malicious traffic to maximize disruption. This incident serves as a reminder of the vulnerabilities that even major digital platforms face. As online commerce continues to expand, businesses must invest heavily in cybersecurity infrastructure, including advanced traffic filtering, load balancing, and real-time threat detection systems. Without such measures, organizations remain at risk of costly downtime and loss of user trust. But ultimately, the attack underscores the importance of proactive cybersecurity planning in an increasingly connected world, where even a few hours of disruption can have far-reaching consequences. Now, look, this could be much worse. Spotify's down, you can't play your favorite jams. Well, that's kind of sad, but you get back to it. eBay's down. They're losing $200 million in business a day. People can't check out and buy their eBay accounts. God forbid these hackers get control of healthcare infrastructure, the smart devices in your home, the stock trading market, apps and algorithms where people buy and sell stock. Market manipulation could be going on. God forbid they get hold of the gambling companies, the gambling accounts. They'll drain your accounts, gamble. It's very, very scary, and I don't think people are taking this seriously enough. So it's a rough day for Spotify. It's definitely a few points scored by the Iranian hackers, and they're allegedly trying to avenge their lost leader. Now, $200 million a day, now that's sounding serious, and that's money from the American markets that is just evaporated by these hackers. So don't be fooled. Iran can still cause serious damage behind the scenes to Americans, and this could be the beginning. Imagine they hack the traffic infrastructure. They take over the traffic lights. It's really, really scary. So if I hear anything more about this, I'll update you guys. But for now, that's it.